So I had an encounter today, and it was quite different. I was talking to a young man at about 28 years old, and I took him to McDonald's to get something to eat, and I played my scripture on my radio like I always do. He was a man that knew the first 7 chapters of Proverbs that he'd memorized when he was younger. I could tell he had a mental illness, but there was more to it than that. I asked him where he'd come from, where he was going. He talked about his child that was 18 months old. Talked about how much he loved his wife, girlfriend, whatever she is. He expressed that he didn't like living with his parents, and that's where he was being forced to stay. He asked me to take him to the Red River, and I asked him what was out there. And he said, "I'm going to go live out there." I said, "It's pretty hot for you to go live at the river." And I said, "And there's nowhere for you to eat out there. It's better for you to stay here in town, at least where there's somewhere you can eat if you don't want to go home." I asked him what his plan was out at the river. He said he was going to get in the river and swim to Burma. Right then and there, I knew in my heart that the voices that were talking to him were going to get him in the river, and they would have found him dead, probably, because he fully thought that he was going to swim to Burma in the Red River. I ended up leaving him at McDonald's and calling his girlfriend so she could call his mother and let her know that he's at the McDonald's. But I was talking to her, and she said that the voices that he listens to told him to crash her car. They also are telling him to abuse his child. And he says he listens to these voices because then they're happy with him, and he doesn't want to be hurt because they hurt him when he doesn't listen. I told him, I said, "If you go out to the river and you start swimming to Burma," I said, "you're going to drown and you're probably going to die out there." And he just laughed. It's very sad out here what the devil is doing to people. Pray for them.